Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Heartbreak to Hot Girl podcast with your host, Natalie Vanessa. We are coming down to the end of the year. 2025 is almost over. And I am super excited and also super reflective. I missed a week. Let's address the elephant in the room. I didn't post last week, but that's fine because no one asked me where the episode was. But no, I want to stay consistent with this for myself because I enjoy doing it. So I thought I've got literally like an hour before the kids come home from school. So I thought, let me just jump on. I don't have like a hard topic today, but I just wanted to give my reflections and just chat and get you guys up to speed with what's happening in my life. Why not? And what I am looking to do in 2026 because your girl's got some plans, okay? Your girl's got some plans. So as always, get yourself a hot drink or cold drink or whatever. If you're watching the visuals, I have a lovely mug with strawberries on it. It's a very cute one that my son got me on Mother's Day, so I do cherish it very much. And inside my mug, I have a lovely peppermint tea with a dash of honey. That is my choice of beverage today. Let's take a sip. Oh, hot. But I just love some tea and it just feels nice, like coming to talk to you guys with my cup of tea. It just feels very homely and like relaxing as well. So let's have a moment together, guys. So where is Natalie Vanessa at? What a year. What a year it's been. What a years of highs and lows. But I feel like we're ending it on a high. You know, if I'm to think back to January this year, when I remember vividly making a video on TikTok and I was announcing to my following then, which I don't know what I was on. On Instagram, I think I had like 400 followers. TikTok, I probably had like 4,000 or so. And I announced to my following that I was going to have a big year. I said, you guys better get to know or remember the name Natalie Vanessa because she's doing big things this year. God, I didn't know what I was going to do. I just had self-belief in myself that I was going to do something. And since then, like this year, I went on the Raising Boys to Men podcast, which if you know Aaron, I'm sure you've seen his content. Went on there, which was a massive opportunity. Went on the Grapevine podcast with Shell, lovely lady, had a great time on that. I've done some other podcasts that aren't out yet, but just opportunities came. And do you know what? I said yes to them all. Well, not all. I had some people reach out to me and I was like, doesn't quite fit what I want to do. So I declined. But most things I was like, yeah, I want to get involved. I want to put myself out there. It might feel uncomfortable. And at times it does feel really uncomfortable because believe it or not, I am naturally quite introverted. And for a long time, I stayed like in the shadows. Like growing up, I was super quiet. You know, I wouldn't contribute in class. I was just very fearful of people hearing my voice. And I think even though I've come from that and I've become a lot more confident, a lot more outspoken, because you know I don't shut up on this here internet, there is still a part of me that's a bit like, oh, I don't always want to be seen, but we're working on it. And the fact that I've acknowledged it, I think that is a big step in itself. So sometimes I feel like I could give more. And I know some of you thinking, girl, you're giving a lot. I know what's in me. I know I have greatness in me. Sometimes I'll be holding myself back because I'm like, don't want to be too much. I don't want to be too much for people. Do you know what I mean? And that needs to die in 2026. In fact, that needs to die 31st of December 2025 because I'm not bringing that energy into 2026. We went for it this year. We're really going for it next year. And if you're following me on my journey, if you're on your journey as well of self-discovery, bouncing back after heartbreak, divorce, or whatever, we are on this journey together. We are discovering ourselves together and finding out the women that we should have always been. We might have had a little pause, a little break in our life where we gave our time and our energy over to people that didn't deserve it. Yeah. But now we've come back to ourselves. Now we've come back to our senses. We're back on our path. And do you know what? Because you're locked in with me, we're going to 100% get there together. And that's what I do through my podcast, through my content online, and I want to do even more stuff. Even the meetups we do in person, I'll come on to that in a second. I need to give you an update on that. But this is what I do, and it's all for the betterment of everyone, really, myself and those that are listening. I want everyone to do better. Genuinely, I've always had this passion to help people, always, just always wanted to help and just be kind. And I'm so pleased that I can do this on my platform and that you guys are sticking with me and rocking with me. It's honestly, sometimes I pinch myself and I'm like, it's crazy. And I know there's some bigger creators out there. In the grand scheme of things, I'm still a small creator, but the fact there's 16,000 of you on my Instagram blows my mind. The fact that you guys sit down and listen to my podcast blows my mind. But I know I got to get used to it, because this is what I should be doing. This is what I should have been doing all my life, you know? So yes, I want the same for you ladies. Whatever that dream is, whatever that thing is on your heart, whatever that thing is that keeps you up at night, I pray, I hope that you will achieve those things in 2026. I feel like the energy is shifting. I don't know if it's just me, but I just feel like this whole year, 2025, was really just getting rid of the ish, you know, the rubbish ish in your life, just taking out the trash. The amount of people that circled back on me, came back in and still showed that they were just absolutely trash, they had to be removed, and they've now been forever removed. You know, I've had friendships that have ended that I'm probably still a little bit confused by, but there's one thing that I know is that I always trust in the process, and things might be happening around you. People might be doing you wrong. People might have their perceptions and opinions on you that you might not understand, but you have to trust the process, and everyone is on their own journey, and you have to respect people on their journey. What they think is right for them, that's right for them. Who am I to say any different? So it's really been a year of just, it's forced me to really become extra confident in who I am. In this content creation journey, what I'm understanding is that you need to know who you are, because people will come in, give their opinions, give their thoughts, try and pull you down. You need to be able to stand firm and be like, no, this is what I'm doing here. This is why I'm showing up, and I'm not changing it. Obviously, don't be ignorant. If someone's coming to you with good advice and you know that they're qualified to give you that advice, then yeah, maybe listen. But a lot of the people, you will find, once you start stepping out, once you start elevating, a lot of people will try and give you their unsolicited advice. Okay. And what I say to that is, don't be rude, but just respectfully tell them, know your place. Okay. If you're not a content creator yourself, if you're not on this journey, if you don't know anything about video editing or nothing, don't come and give me your advice. I don't want to hear it. I'm so sorry. I will listen to someone that is qualified in that area. And that's the advice that I'm giving you. Advice. Take it or leave it. But what I would suggest is that if you're on the journey and you have people kind of bringing you down or breathing negativity into your ideas, just respectfully say, do you know what? I hear you, but I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And that's the energy we need to bring forward in 2026 and beyond. We have to be really confident in ourselves, because I'm sure there was a time where we weren't confident in ourselves. And what happened? A lot of us may have met toxic people that came in and took advantage of that. So it's so crucial now more than ever. You know, I know it's not all mums that listen to me, but if you're a mum that's listening, it is more crucial than ever that you know yourself and you believe in yourself. That's key. And that's what I'm going to be really like honing in on for 2026, is that self-belief. My sister already thinks I'm delusional. Like, if you ever meet my sister, my sister Kim, she will be like, yeah, this girl's been delusional from day one. This girl's thought she was a big deal from day one. And the thing is, you have to gas yourself up, because if you don't, who will? Who will gas you up? If you don't believe in yourself, how dare you expect other people to support you and believe in yourself? Just deep that. If you don't believe in what you're doing and the journey that you're on and willing to sacrifice it all for it, why should anyone else care? And that's what we need to understand. Why should people care? You have to make people care. If you've got a business, product, message you want to get out there, you've got to make people care. And the way you do that is caring about yourself. People gravitate towards people that have high self-worth and high self-esteem, because it's admirable. It's like you look at it and you're like, I want that. Especially if you don't have it yourself. You look and you're inspired by it. I love to see people that are doing well, that are confident, that the girlies that are like, yes, 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 I'm on my ish. I feed off of that. I'm like, give me more, because that's how it should be. If you're looking to grow and elevate, when you see people that are doing better than you, when you see people that are just absolutely winning in life, take notes, be inspired by them. Don't be jealous. Don't be a hater, because where does that get you? Where does it get you? It gets you nowhere. You just drown in bitterness. And what's the point? No, you're going to be in the same position that you were before. Just be inspired by people. That's the message. But yes, I did touch on the meetups. So if you don't know already, I do in-person meetups with Natalie Leona. If you don't follow her, drop her a follow. I'll probably put her at in the show notes. I don't have it to hand at the moment. But me and Natalie Leona actually met on TikTok, funny enough. Yes, we're social media friends. We met last year, 2024, around summertime. And we used to do lots of TikTok lives together. We used to talk a lot. And then we kind of created this like TikTok girl group. And, you know, we were doing dating shows. We were doing games nights. We were doing healing. We were doing all sorts on these TikTok lives. We were really like running the show and doing things. And from that, me and Nat have formed a really good friendship, not just online, but offline as well. And we've just attracted like-minded women. So one day earlier in this year, I think it was in May, I just had a mad idea and I was like, look, let's take this offline. Let's actually meet some of these ladies face to face. And if you know me and Nat, I mean, we're actually we're different. We're very different, but we work well together. But we're both quite introverted. And yes, believe it or not, I am introverted. And the thought of meeting essentially strangers, it was like, okay, this is mad, but let's do it. I just felt that this is something I had to do. This is a path that I wanted to go down. And you know what? Nat was crazy enough to be like, yeah, I'm gonna go down this crazy path with you too. So we've done some meetups this year where we've gone for brunch. We've done that twice. And then we did a picnic meetup with some of the mums and they brought their kids in August. And then we've just had our Christmas meetup just the other week where we went to the Get Roasted brunch. It was down at Duo in Clapham. So that was a really nice day. There was a DJ, there was food, there was games, just good vibes. I think there was about 10 or 11 of us around the table and it was just wholesome, beautiful. It was nice to sit down and actually speak to the women face to face because I talk to a lot of women in my DMs, but it's very different when you see these people in person and you get to sit down and take the time and feel people's energy, you know, and just get to know people on a real life, real connection moment. So I spoke earlier about, you know, I've got plans for 2026 and while I can't reveal all the plans because, you know, the plans are planning, what I will share is that there will be more events, guys. There will be more in-person meetups, okay? And we're not just going to do brunch, even though I love me a brunch, but we're going to make it diverse and we're going to make it regular and we're going to change locations. So London will always be a staple, don't worry, but we're also, I mean, we're going to go up north, okay? We're going to venture up north. And that is the plan because as much as I love connecting with people online, I love that my platform is growing, genuinely do. But the end goal for me has never been just to stay online, really. I knew I wanted to create kind of a business or community or something out of this that can be done offline. And that's exactly what I want to do because I genuinely do appreciate the connections in real life. So stay tuned with that because that will be an exciting time for us. It definitely will. And you know what? Stay locked in because I remember all the people that have been supporting me from day one. I genuinely remember everyone. Like when I see, it's not every comment I always respond to, but there's certain accounts that I know you been rocking with me from day one. I'm going to respond. I'm going to respond because I appreciate you. Okay. I don't take this stuff for granted at all. Have another sip of my tea because I don't want it to get cold. I just love, listen, me and tea, I need a sponsorship from Twinings, Yorkshire Tea, Tetley. I'm putting it out there, okay? For 2026, I need a tea brand to sponsor me. I'll be your ambassador. Yeah, I'll be drinking tea in all my videos, okay? Because I genuinely love me a hot cuppa. It's soothing for my soul. That's what it is. Anyways, let's talk about dating. I'm giving you all the updates. This is a girly catch up, okay? This is a girly catch up and I love this for us. Dating. Okay, guys. So this year was absolutely shocking. If I was to do a dating wrapped, it would be dating disaster because, I started my year, middle of my year. Basically, someone that I dated 3 years ago spun a block on me. He decided to come back, and I foolishly, and do you know what? It was a weak moment for me. I was doing so well. I hadn't been speaking to anyone the whole year, and he came in, caught me at a vulnerable moment, and I agreed to go on a date with him. Went on the date, excellent vibes. It was great. I thought, do you know what? This is just falling in my lap again. Like, maybe this could be something. Yeah, so we're, getting on talking, whatever. Anyways, cut the long story because I don't want to talk about him too much. He ain't the focus of this podcast. He ghosted me. He ended up ghosting me, and haven't heard from him since. I did bump into him, and that's a story for another day because your girl's not very proud of what she did. Gave him a piece of my mind. Let's just say that. And we'll leave that there. But yeah, he just decided to ghost me, which was just so. Why do men do that? I'm just going about my life. I'm online. I'm doing my thing. Do you know what I mean? I'm growing up, and you want to creep back in for what reason? For what reason? To do what? To do what? Do you not work? Do you not have a social life? How do you have time to do this foolishness? I never understand it. Anyways, let me not get angry. I need a sip of my tea to bring me back down because I can feel my heart beating faster thinking about him. So that was the first instance of dating this year. And then in summer, guys, just shamefully, I ended up in a situationship. I know, Natalie Vanessa. I ended up in a situationship with someone that I had dated previously. It was the year of spin the flipping block. That's what it was. And you know what? In hindsight, I know that these people had to come back in to make me realize how far I've gone on my journey and how healed I am, because the same behaviors that they used to display back then, I would have been eating it up. Do you know the whole anxious avoidant, like cat and mouse kind of game where they go cold and they come back? I used to eat that ish up. I used to be so hooked on that cycle. Now I was like, oh, you don't want to see me? Okay, that's fine. I'm not chasing. And things just ended. So I'm proud of myself. Two terrible experiences, but two great lessons on me reaffirming my boundaries and making sure that I'm not giving everyone access to me. Because that's clear. As my platform is growing, I need to be mindful that there will be people, men and women, who will just want to gain access to me. So, especially in dating, I need to be mindful of that. And I realized in hindsight that one of the guys, I feel like he just wanted to see if he could get access to me because I had a little bit of clout back then. So, do you know what? Hope he had a great time. Do you know what I mean? I hope that made his year. But yeah, since then, there's not been anyone. And have I been heartbroken? I've been a bit. Yeah, not that I'm heartbroken over not that I'm crying over someone like that, but I'm a bit fed up. I'm a bit disappointed. I'm a bit flat when it comes to dating. I'm feeling very pessimistic with it. I'm doing my best not to bring that energy online because I know there's always this chat and men this, men that, da 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 da. And I don't really want to contribute to that kind of conversation. I know I do sometimes, but it's just, I do my best not to. Okay. But I feel that my view on dating is very pessimistic at the moment. My view on love is there, but it's not at the level that it usually is. And that's not me. So I need to work through that because I don't want to become like a bitter woman or like a woman that's given up on love. I don't want that because I know I've got so much love to give. Like I've got a big heart, and I know you girlies have a big heart too because that's why we connect. I love you guys, and I know you guys love me. So that's where my love is coming from, and I appreciate that. But love in terms of a romantic partner, eesh. I don't know how I feel about that. And what are my plans for 2026? In terms of dating, I said to my sister, I think it was just today actually, that if like God is going to have to reveal the man to me, like God might even have to crack the sky open and point at the man and say, Natalie Vanessa, this one is for you. If I don't get that confirmation, guys, I don't know. I'm in an R in. I don't know if you're here to ruin my life or if you're here to better me. I don't know. So I will need God to co-sign that in the best way that he can, because I don't trust my judgment. I don't trust my judgment anymore. I'm gonna be real. I don't know how many of you are like, you've been through so many bad experiences. Like, we chose our baby dads and we might have dated a bit after that and maybe, ended up with some guys that are not great. It really makes you start to doubt, hold on, can I actually choose the right people? And that's something I need to explore. But I do also believe as well that when you become the right person, when you start to elevate, then you will just naturally attract those people anyway. So as I'm on that journey and I know I'm elevating at rapid speed, like if you met me in January, and you haven't seen me since then, I'm a whole new girl. Like, I'm not the same person. My growth is so rapid. And that's how your growth needs to be, ladies. Like, every month, every week, even, you need to be assessing, where am I at? What am I doing? What could I have done better? How are we growing? We can't stay stagnant. We can't stay at this level that we're at because we're fearful of stepping into that next level of greatness. We can't. We're leaving all fear in 2025. And you know what? As I'm saying this, maybe I need to apply that to my dating. Maybe we should apply that to our dating, ladies, leaving that fear in 2025 and being open to the love. I don't know. How do we feel about that? Let me know. Can we be open to the love after all that we've been through? I don't know. And like I said before, I'm gonna need confirmation from the universe, the angels, the spirit guide, ever the higher powers of this world need all of y'all. I'm summoning all of y'all to come together to confirm who my next partner will be. Because clearly, I don't know how to choose them. Or clearly I'm attracting the wrong ones. What is it? I don't know. Or is it just a case of that there's just not enough decent people in the market? There's this joke that I've seen on social media a few times where women are actively waiting for the next round of divorced men. And that's what it's come to. We're waiting for the next round of divorced men. Obviously, we don't want them if they've cheated, but if they've married the wrong woman and maybe the woman's wronged them or something, you know, the decent guys, now they're getting a divorce. Yeah, let me get one of those, because I don't know. Even like thinking of, I need to be really strict on my criteria, because in the past I have dated men that are, and I say this so respectfully, but like not on my level in terms of our lifestyle's not the same. Yeah. So they might live at home with their parents. And again, this no shade to anyone if you're listening to this, no shade to it. But I think when you're dating, it's so important to be aligned with people and that you're living a similar lifestyle. So as you guys know, I'm a homeowner. I have my own beautiful flat. And while I'm not necessarily looking for a homeowner like to date, it would be ideal, but someone that's not living at home. I feel like when you move out from your home, there's a different level of maturity that comes with, you know, life, responsibility, paying bills, that sort of stuff. We've got some common grounds there. And in the past, I have given chances to men that are just not aligned with me. I don't want to say on my level because that makes me sound very conceited, but just not aligned with me. Our lifestyles are not lining up. You know, we're in different careers, we're at different stages of our lives. You know, that I can do things that they might not be able to do and vice versa. You know, so alignment is so key, and that is what I'm going to be focusing on. If I meet someone, I'm going to be assessing alignment, and I need to update my list. I have my non-negotiable list about, you know, what I want in a man, but I need to really drill it home. Like, what does it actually look like for me to have a partner? Like, what will my partner do? What will he be doing? What will he look like? What kind of job would we have? Where would he be living? Like, all of these things, we need to be really specific about it. Because if we just apply this to general goals, we know that the more specific you make your goal and your vision, the more likely you are to achieve it. So why don't we apply that to our dating life? If that is your aim, because I know some people are just not in it, and I hear you, because I've got 1 foot in, 1 foot out at the moment. If that is your aim to get a partner, we need to be really specific on what do we want. And saying being over 6 foot, that's not enough, sis. That's not enough. If you're over 30, yeah, it's not enough now. We've got to date for other reasons. Come on, girl. Come on. I know you're a smart girl. That's why you're following me. We can't just be dating for height. I'm sorry. It's nice. Yes, of course it's nice to have a 6'2" man wrap his arms around you. Of course it's lovely. But don't sleep on the short kings. I've dated short kings. I've dated tall kings. And I tell you what, the ones that I've dated, obviously, that's not stereotype, but the short kings, they have great personalities. They're funny. They've actually developed a personality, whereas the tall men sometimes rely on their height to get them through. Not all of them, but most. So date for character, ladies, and really hone in and write that list to a T on what you want your man to look like, to be like, how you want him to make you feel. That's how intentional we have to be if that is our goal or one of our goals. My main goal for 2026 is make some money, make some more money. That's my goal. I mean, it would be nice to have a boo thing. It would be nice to, you know, be laid up with someone's son, you know what I mean? But what we're not going to do, we're not going to force it. And in the past, I have forced it. I've honed in on a man. I'm like, yep, you'll do. Yeah, it's not quite right. Yeah, you're still living at home. You might not even have a job. I know, don't judge me, girls. But I'm like, we can make it work. I'm not doing that anymore because what is it? It's just a waste of time. It's a waste of time. And it never works out, does it? So that's how I'm feeling for the dating scene for 2026. So we will reassess in the first quarter of 2026. One thing I know for sure, you won't catch me on a dating app. I'm so sorry. You're not going to catch me back on there. So I don't know how I'm going to meet my potentials, but it's not going to be on a dating app. So sorry. So sorry. I can't do it. I did it for a long time, and I tell you, I was a veteran on there, mate. No one had mastered Hinge like I mastered Hinge. The amount of matches I had, dates from it, conversations, phone calls, like I really was the Hinge master. Yeah. So much so that every time I go back on there, I would see it was like a community. We would see the same people. I had someone match with me that I'd matched with, previously, and was like, "Hey, stranger." That's when I knew I needed to get off the app. Because what do you mean? What do you mean, hey, straight? What do you mean we're both on here? Yeah, I had to leave. And I've done them all. I've done plenty of Fish. I haven't done Tinder, but I've done plenty of Fish, Hinge, Bumble, even Facebook dating, guys. Yeah, we got desperate. We're not doing that. So I'm going to have to meet my man in real life. And, like I said, there are plans for 2020. So we're going to get ourselves out there a bit more. And there's going to be more events. And that's all I can say. That's all I can say right now. But yeah, stay tuned, guys. It's going to be really, really good. So yeah, I can give a parenting update as well. So today is the last day of the school term. Yes. We've done all the school runs for 2025. And I'm telling you, I'm so happy. I'm so relieved. One thing I dislike in this life, and that's a school run. Listen, there was a way to get out of school run. I'm doing that. But we've done the last one for 2025. The kids had Christmas jumper day and like a Christmas headband thing. And then we had to give him money. We had to give him food for the food bank donations as well. So I sent them in with like a packet of rice, and the other one had chickpeas. And they went in their like Christmas attire, which was super cute. But yeah, that means now they're with me until Christmas Day. They're with me until Christmas Day, and then they go to the other parents' house on Boxing Day, and I won't see them until the new year. So I get a nice long week off, and guess what, ladies? I've got nothing planned, and I love that for me. Oh, I say that I am going out on Boxing Day, like at night. I'm going to a party. I'm doing that as my end of year closing party. Do you know what I mean? Because next year, 2026, guys, I'm jumping all over the shop, but 2026, I'm going sober, right? I'm going sober. I mean, I've been celibate, but we really going for the celibacy in 2026, okay? So that's what we're doing. I just really want to be focused on like what's important, and what's important is my business. Do you know what I mean? Making money. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, the kids will be away for a week. And then I'll get them back in the new year. And yeah, New Year's Eve, I plan to spend it on my own. I did that last year. I got myself some nice steak, made myself a nice meal, had some wine. I suppose I can still have some wine before midnight, because then after midnight, I'm going to be going sober. So I have a glass of bubbly or something. I think bubbly. Yeah. I think bubbly. I think a glass of Prosecco. That's what I'll do. And I'll just chill. I'm going to do my vision board. I'm going to really get my mind in the right frame to plan for 2026. Because when I told you in the beginning, guys, we're really going for it in 2026. And I want all you ladies to be going for whatever you're going for too. Share with me your goals. Share with me what are you doing for 2026? What do you want to achieve? Let me know. Okay. Either let me know in the comments section or drop me a message. Because I want to know where the girlies are at. I want to know what we're aspiring to do. I want to know how ambitious the ladies are that are following me. Because I know I'm hella ambitious, and I'm hoping I'm attracting like-minded women. We don't want no mediocre women following. I'm so sorry. We want excellence, because that's all we do here. Excellence. All right. So yes, that is a plan, just to wind down at the end of the year, get my mind right. I started this trend last year, do a social media detox. So from Christmas Eve, I'm logging out all my socials, and I won't be logging back in until 2026. So that week, I'm not going to have my kids. I'm not going to be on my phone. I am just using that time to like pour back into myself, fill my cup so I can come back stronger. I can come back and do things like this. I'm in two minds if I'm going to record a podcast. I might do, because this doesn't feel like social media. I can simply record my episode and upload it, and then that's it, done. So you might still get an episode from me, but I'll be off my socials, guys. And I encourage you guys to do it too. Like, social media will be there when you log back in. And me as a content creator, I know sometimes we feel like we got to be on it. I mean, I post every day. I post most days. So for me to take a week off, it's a bit like, oh, what you doing? It might hurt your... No, because you know what? When I come back in January, I know I'm going to be so focused. The content's going to be even better. Like, it's just going to elevate. It is, because I'm going to use that time wisely to pour back into myself. So guys, I feel like I've pulled my heart out to you. If I missed anything, I don't think I have. We will come back. I'll do a more structured episode next week. But I just wanted to kiki with you guys. Do you know what I mean? I just wanted to check in because I love you guys. If you're not already, guys, make sure you're following us, me. I am the us, me, myself, and I, over on Instagram. So we've got at Heartbreak to Hot Girl. That's Heartbreak to Hot Girl. Drop us a follow over there. You can also follow me on my personal account, natalievanessa.x. That's Natalie Vanessa. And could you also do me one last favor, guys? Can you follow the podcast on Spotify? I need to put this on Apple Music. I'm going to work that out. I will work it out. Look, we're learning as we go. But anyways, can you follow the Spotify page? I would appreciate that. And also give me a 5-star review. I'm not even asking for you to give a review. I'm asking for you to give a 5-star review. Thank you so much. That wasn't a threat. That was me asking nicely. Okay. You do for me, I do for you. Do you know what I mean? I come and motivate you. I come and inspire you. I come and drop knowledge every now and again. Relatability. Yeah. All I'm asking for is a little 5-star review. And do you know what that will do? It will tell other people, do you know what? This Natalie Vanessa is worth listening to. If you're watching the video, I can't speak at the end now. If you're watching the visuals, I got my finger up. Got my gum fingers up. Yeah, I mean business. I'm joking, guys. Listen, I'm not about that life. I'm a country gal, guys. I'm not even from London. Anyways, I appreciate your support. Thanks for rocking me for 2025. And let's get it in 2026. Let's get it, ladies. See you later, hot girls. Love ya. Bye.